before we get started is I just want you to take your right arm up and down and your left arm up and down and just see how far they go on their own before we roll our hands. We're going to start with our feet and hands and then go through our whole body. Nice. So just notice that. Notice how that feels. And then we're going to take our tennis ball and roll your hands. Francis is like, I'm not moving. So I want you to roll into the center of your hand. And what I like about rolling is you can put as much pressure as you want. So if you can add a little bit more. Right, and I think this is also a good counter movement for typing, for holding a pickleball racket, for driving, right? So then start to move onto your finger pads. So just underneath where your fingers attach at your hands. Maybe making little circles. Good. And then make your way onto that big finger pad by your thumb. You can just use one hand, you can use both hands. So that one always kind of talks back to me. I forget how much we use our thumb. And then when you're ready, make your way also over to just underneath your pinky. And then just pick a spot where you really felt like it needs a little extra love, whatever that is for you. Nice. And then finally make your way so that you take the tennis ball and it wraps between your fingers and you kind of go back and forth. I think I like this for arthritis as well. Nice. And then pause. Now lift both your arms and feel the difference between the one you rolled and the one you didn't. And even if it's not huge physically, it feels much different. Nice. And then roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Good. And then let's switch to our left hand. So could you guys feel the difference, even if it was not wild, that little bit of 2 minutes of your time. Hey, Deb, we're rolling. Good. So again, maybe start in the middle of your hands. Put as much pressure in there as it feels appropriate for you. You don't want pain ever, but you might want a little bit of, and this is kind of like, do you like a Swedish massage or do you like a sports massage where you can feel better after? Nice. Then make your way out to your thumb. So for me, I like to go a little bit harder and then I feel better longer after. If that's too much for you, then just enjoy this time. Good. Make your way over to the left side of your hand, underneath your pinky. And kind of come back to your breath. And then roll along those finger pads. Nice. And then slowly roll towards your actual fingers. And then just pick a spot that felt like, oh, this feels really good. Maybe closer to your wrist, maybe back to the center of your hand where everything connects. Nice. And then let's send that left arm up. See if it just goes up a little bit easier. Nice. Awesome. Good. From here, I want to just stand up now because I don't like standing up when I'm relaxing. So we're just going to do our feet next and then we won't stand up again. So this is where I would say I prefer the tennis ball. So we're gonna do our feet the same way we did our hands, and if you wanna hold the wall for balance, that's fine. So start with the ball in the center of your foot. And again, decide how much pressure you wanna put in there. When you do this kind of practice, you're breaking up all those fascia. So you're gonna wanna drink a lot of water afterwards. So just like when you get a massage, you're moving things around and you wanna flush out the toxins that you're releasing. Nice. So I'm in the center of my foot, and then I'm gonna move towards the inner edge between my big toe and my ankle. Nice. And then see if you can start to look forward, because your foot's not gonna go anywhere, right? So maybe throw in a little balance work. And then slowly move the ball with your foot over to the outside edge. Be able to feel it. And the ball coming out is normal. You might want to put a little bit more pressure on there unless that really hurts your pain. Good. And then work your way to the heel of your foot. Maybe people call this their foot hand. Work your way to the heel of your foot. And then closer now to your toe pads, right? So just what we did with our hands, maybe your heel of your foot is on the ground and you can just rock your foot from side to side. Grab your toes like a eagle or something. Whoa, look at that spin on that ball. And then see if you can get the ball underneath your toes. And if this doesn't work, you can always just sit on the ground and massage your toes with your other hand. But I really like this for my people with tight hamstrings. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that. Bonnie has her ball against the wall. So I'm just gonna do it with my block here. Nice, good idea. I think sometimes the students are the teachers. Nice. So try and go back and forth on your toes, like you're an eagle. I don't want to be gross to any vegetarians, but picking up your mouse, picking up your dinner. Nice, good. And then release, lift and lengthen, and just do a forward fold. So I'll be really interested, Pluto, how your hamstrings feel after doing that. What do you say? Good? Nice. And then inhale, come all the way up. Let's switch to our other leg. Nice. So pump the center of your foot. I'd say go close to the wall. I like that. All right, you guys are coming up with a good idea. Yeah. You can put your blanket in front of your ball so it doesn't fly around. See, I never thought of that. So this is really talking to me. You know, with all the standing, balance work, cardio, walking. And I have a ball that's a little bit firmer. So maybe make some circles here. Yes. Then move to the inner border of your foot between your pinky and your heel. Nice. Good. Then maybe move to that outer border of your foot, using a wall or a blanket if you want to keep your ball from flying out. And then move into the heel of your foot. So kind of pumping your foot forward. Breathe. Sometimes I stop breathing. So notice you're breathing. And then make your way onto those toe pads just before your toes. Maybe the heel of your foot's on the ground now to keep the ball from rolling. And then work your way so that your toes are gripped around the ball. Nice. Breathe. Nice. Ooh, my feet are really heavy. I could just hit my feet all day. Nice. And then take a moment and just fold and feel how your legs feel better, not just your feet. Maybe grab your elbows, let the top of your head hang. Rock from side to side. Nice. And then make your way back down to the floor. Good. And let's work our way up our legs to our shoulders. So I'm going to take a sip of water. So either with the tennis ball, maybe on a block underneath your calf, or with a roller. And then you can roll up and down. You can also take the tennis ball on the floor and just go side to side. That's a little bit harder. You might have to set up a Bonnie wall. So just pump that leg and get that calf muscle. And again, if this is too intense, then just take your left hand and massage the ball into the inside of your calf. So if you have your roller, I would use your roller. Okay. So some things just, they feel a little bit differently. Is that okay for you? You want to try this? You're good? Okay. So get the inside of your calf and then go to the outside. So again, you could be using your hand. You could have your leg on the block. You could have your leg on the floor. I was organizing so many things this morning that I left my yoga mat in the car. You want one? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. You know what I know? Oh, it's so pretty too. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. All right. So with this, I feel like I can kind of go a little side to side. So you can put as much pressure on your leg as feels appropriate for you. Nice. And then let's move up to behind your knees. So for this is where I would either have the roller or I would have the block because you're not going very far. And just work a lot. All these things come together at your knee. So let's break up. There's a lot of similar landing spots in your body, but just like at the bottom of your foot, there's a lot of muscles and ligaments that come together underneath your knee. So maybe get the center there. Then turn your foot out a little bit. Turn your foot in a little bit. Yeah, if you want more pressure, you can lift your booty or you can have your, that to me is too much. My booty's staying on the ground. Just break this up. Nice. Breathe. Good. And then let's make your way up underneath your thigh. So now I would say no block. And if you have the tennis ball, just roll side to side. And if you have the roller, maybe you're rolling forward and back, or you can, so if you have the roller, you can keep your butt down and have less pressure, go side to side, just like the tennis ball. Or if you want, you can come up and roll forward and back. And then again, turn your foot out. Come back to center, turn your foot in. And by the way, if you like these rollers, you can literally get one at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. You want to try?
Invest.
It's a good way to give yourself a massage. Nice. And then when you're done with your back, your quad, let's just come on to your right glute. So if you're on the tennis ball, you're just gonna take circles around your booty. If you're on the roller, come up and down at an angle, or just try both. Yeah. So sit on the roller at an angle, and then just get that main glute medius. Yeah. And then try and move around so you're getting that inside of your glute. And then the side of your glute. So I'm kind of liking the tennis ball for this, but I like the roller too. So you can switch around. Nice.
I'm sending it back.
Setting it back. The roller is coming back. The roller has been dismissed.
No, I like that.
Well, I rolled before I came. And then just put your legs out in front of you and notice how that right leg lays nicely on the mat versus the left leg. Anybody? Yeah? No? Okay, good. And then let's switch. So I literally rolled before we came. Plus you brought me the Italian book. All right, so let's go underneath the left calf. And maybe you're pulling your leg towards you. Maybe you're going side to side. Experiment, right? I'm turning my foot out and in. I'm kind of liking that. So even if I was on the roller, I would roll up and down and turn my foot out, roll up and down and turn my foot in. Just experiment around here. Look at both sides of that calf. And if you don't like doing it that way, go back to rolling with your hand. That's actually more intense when I do that. Make sure you get both sides of your calf. Or maybe a little bit onto your left shin. I'm going to do my right shin before we move up our leg. Whoops. Nice. Let's do our right shin as well. I don't know if this helps with shin splints, but it can't hurt. Bonnie's throwing her tennis balls around. That's what's happening here. You're nice. Good job. All right, and then let's take the ball underneath our left knee. I'm just gonna say your prop. And you can be up on the block or just have your leg on the ground. Whatever works easier for you. Doesn't really matter. So with rolling, I'm way less precise about how you have your body positioned because it's more important how you feel in your body than as long as you're not hurting yourself. Good. Turn your foot out, turn your foot in. Go side to side or go up and down, whatever feels good to you. And then take your prop underneath your thigh. And then again, same options, side to side or up and down. Now, what I like about the side to side that I'm just realizing today is I don't have to press into my hands and put any pressure there. So Debbie M likes to use the tennis ball because she's real tiny. Sometimes the roller is just too much pressure. So you can go side to side, you can go up and down if you want. Okay. Breathe. Nice. Good. And then let's come on to our lat glute. So with the tennis ball, I'm just gonna make these circles, get my glute medius, get my inner glute. By the roller, I'm just would go up and down. In the middle, then I would turn a little bit to the side and go up and down. If you want to get that glute medius, that causes a lot of issues. And then try and get more of that inner, towards your inner groin and pelvic floor, right where the, kind of towards the hamstring attachments on your legs. Nice. So whatever feels good to you. Nice. And then from here, just let your legs melt onto the mat. See how that feels. Good. And then let's get our quads. So either take your roller or your tennis ball on top of your leg and roll the center of your leg. So start at the center and then work your way to the outer border of your leg. Now that area is usually pretty sensitive, so I like to do this seated. Nice. And if that's not intense enough for you, then you can lay down and put the roller on top of your leg and roll side to side. So with the tennis ball, I think that's too intense, but with a roller, it's kind of nice. So take that left knee maybe out to the side. Yeah. How's that, Bonnie? Yeah, I thought that would be good for you. Good. So because I have the roller and it's more intense, I'm just putting a little bit more strength into my elbows so that it's not too much for me. I'm going to get the top of that quad and then down by your knee. Just find some different spots. Breathe. Good. So Bonnie, since you're facing this direction, I want you to take the roller away and come into this half frog so that your right leg is down and your left knee is out to the side. Good. And then for those of you who are sitting up, let's just bring that left foot in and have that right leg. Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So this is a sitting up version of what she's doing laying down. Nice. Good. And then let's switch sides. So come to your left leg or lay on the ground with your right knee out and your left quad on the wall. Or on the wall. Yeah. Then you're on your elbows, kind of in like a sphinx pose. Yeah. So get that top part of your quad. See if you can move more towards the outer border. Then make your way down closer to your knee. Again, get the outside. So that area is really sensitive for me, so just monitor your pressure. Getting some looks from Jessica. Yeah, it is. Nice. Nice. And then from here, come into half frog if you're laying down with your right leg out. Or you're in this Janusirasana, which I still can't say. And you can come and hold into the stretch. Nice. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Good. Let's get the inner border of our leg. So maybe come into butterfly pose and just get that inside of your leg. If that's not comfortable for you, take this right leg out to the side, also an option. That might be better. Just get that inner thigh, the adductor muscle. So between the inside of your knee and your pelvic floor. Nice. Nice. And then from here, bring your right foot in, take your left leg out. Get that inner border between the inside of your knee. All the way down towards your pelvic region. Just put as much pressure there as it feels good. You could use the ball here, you could use the roller. Good. And then from here, either butterfly pose coming forward, or if you liked this upside down, you could come into this frog pose. So give it a go. And then if you don't like it, Bonnie, you can just do the one leg or the other. Yeah, so see if you can take your legs as wide, a little bit wider, and then coming back into that Sphinx pose, rocking forward and back. Yeah, otherwise just relax. Let yourself breathe deeper into the space. We won't stay long, I promise. Nice. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Okay. From here, I want to move into our low backs. So, if you're just using the tennis ball, then feel the other person's tennis ball. If you're using the roller, just put it right at your low back. So either two tennis balls, one underneath the right, one underneath the left, or put the roller right underneath your low back. So lay back so that there's pressure. Yeah. Yeah. So I think your butt would be on the ground. Yep. And then your right part, this part of your low back is against the. So we'll get up higher too. Yeah. Let me see. I guess if you have to lift your butt, lift your butt. I can't tell because I'm on the tennis balls. And then let's just get our low back. So just going up and down on the low back. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, Kate, if you look happy or not. Good. All right, I like that. Nice. All right, and then plant your feet, take them wide. Let your right knee come to the right, and the pressure should go into that right side. So I think your bum should be on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a good mix.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, then go up, go up. I just can't tell if it's on the. Okay, okay, yeah, then I want it there. So you're coming in right at this right angle. That's your QL. You wanna come into the side there. And then if you want, you can pump your leg a little bit, or you can just be still. Nice. And then come back to center and go to the left. So go into that left side of your hip. Nice. Yeah, so you can go up and down and then go to the side so that it comes in from the corner. You feel it with your bum on the ground or no?
No, it's just higher. So it's in my room.
All right. Yeah. All right, and then from there, take your roller or your tennis balls to the center of your back and get that thoracic spine. Yeah. I think this would be good for you, Bonnie. Yeah. That's just rolling up and down. Nice. And then if you have the roller, you can take your hands behind your head and just kind of shift from side to side. With the tennis ball, that is too much. Yeah, so take it a little higher now, Katie. Take your hands behind your head and then just go side to side and massage your back. How's that? You don't like it? You can go back to rolling and you don't have to do that. Good. And then if you have the tennis balls, go all the way up to your shoulder blades. And if you just have one tennis ball, you can do the right side and the left. So we're gonna go along this shoulder blade here. So we're gonna go here and then to the center and then to the top of the shoulder blade. If you're on the roller, then this is where you can go side to side and get one side of the other. So I'm gonna use the tennis ball on one side of my shoulder blade, get the right side. Then move up to the center of my shoulder blade. And then all the way up to the top of my shoulder. And then take your right hand like you're conducting an orchestra. And just take your hands out and in. As much pressure into that right shoulder as you want. And then let's switch to our left shoulder blade. So start down at the bottom. So you're gonna start here at the bottom of your shoulder blade where it bends, go to the center, and then go all the way to the top. So just work your way up in a way that feels good for you. You can rock a little side to side. You can take your hands behind your head and rock from side to side. Breathe. And then when you get to the top of that shoulder blade, if you want, you can press your feet into the earth and make that tension more strong. I don't think that's great English. Make your pressure stronger, or that might be enough right where you are. And then take that left arm into that orchestra and then moving your arm around, moving your shoulder around. And then either take the roller, I'm gonna say the block. Or if you want your hands. So I'm gonna take my block at an angle. And just nod my head to the right. You could also do that with a roller and just get a nice release in the back of your neck. So yeah, just let your head relax back onto it and then just turn your head to the right. Kind of bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Nice. And then do a little bit of yes. And then come over to the left. Same thing, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder. And doing a little bit of yes. And then just rocking your gaze side to side. Letting that edge of the roller or the block. And if none of that is working, you could use the tennis ball, you could use your hands. You are the master of your journey. Nice. Take a moment, take the block underneath your head and relax. Feel how nice your neck feels. Maybe taking your arms out to the side. Nice. And then turn onto your right side. Take the roller or the block underneath your right armpit. And just rock. So your right hand's supporting your head. And then just rock forward and back. So you're right on that armpit. And then you rock forward onto that left pec. So your left hand's in front of you. You rock back onto your lats. Make sure you're supporting your neck with your hand. Good. Then the next time you rock forward, kind of hang out there a little bit. Massaging that right pec muscle. Nice. Then come to center. That's your serratus. Kind of doing a little mini rock there. If you have the roller, you could go up and down a little bit. Nice. And then roll to the back of your shoulder blade. So that's your lats and your rotator cuff. Nice. And then come into puppy pose with your hands on the block. Bringing your chin to the mat and then bring the block over your head. Feel the difference between your right armpit that you just rolled and your left armpit. Try the release little by little. Nice. And then come on up, let's do the left side. So taking your left elbow into the ground, draping yourself over the roller or your block, supporting your head. Okay. Good idea. What if you put the tennis ball on the block? Would that be too much?
We have more ones.
Okay. That's a good idea. Good, and then rock forward and back, taking your right hand to support you. Onto your pecs. Into your serratus. All the way back. Nice. Good, and then the next time you come forward, kind of hang out, putting pressure on your left pec. And if that's too intense for you, you can just come off the block and massage your chest with your left hand. Or with the ball. Good, then come to the center, either very slowly rocking side to side, or you could roll up and down if you're on a roller. So these are the muscles we use when we do a plank pose or a push-up, tabletop. Good, and then lean all the way back. Onto those lats, onto the back of your rotator cuff. Nice. And then exhale, release. This time, let's do prayer pose, no block. See how that is, hands in prayer. Good, send your booty back, or you can lay on your belly and just do it that way, just targeting more your triceps. Nice. And then from here, you can certainly finish on your belly. Liz, I think you can flip over, but I'm not sure. But if you want, stay on your belly. Otherwise, let's make our way on to our backs. Nice. Take your right leg up towards the sky. Hold behind your right knee. And then take your right ankle onto your left knee. Take your hands out to the side and take a twist. Letting that right foot press into the mat. Right into the floor. Then come back to center. Bring your right foot to the ground. Send that left leg up for a moment. Feel how relaxed that left hamstring is. And then bring that left ankle onto your right knee. Take your hands out to the side, take a twist. And then come back to center, hug your knees near your chest. Send both legs up towards the sky, holding behind your knees. Feeling the reverse of blood flow. letting your legs come slowly toward your face, one vertebrae at a time. And then bring your feet to the mat. Let your knees come out to the side for a moment. Feel how nice and open your inner thighs feel after doing that rolling. And then either stay here, maybe putting blocks underneath your knees, or let your legs lay all the way out, coming into your final resting pose. And then let's do a check-in with our bodies, see how we feel after all this nice rolling. So inhale, check in with your feet, see if they feel relaxed or tense. Release any last tension you may be holding on. Good, check in with the back of your right calf, back of your right hamstring, back of your right glute. Back of your left calf, back of your left knee, back of your left hamstring, back of your left glute. Release any tension you may be holding on to there. Good. Release the front of your right quad, front of your right knee and shin. Front of your left quad, front of your left knee and shin. Top of your right foot, top of your left foot. Feel the lower half of your body melting into the mat. Release the right side of your low back, the left side of your low back. Front hip, right side and left, and pelvic floor. Release your tummy, upper back, right side of your chest, left side of your chest, back of your right shoulder, back of your left shoulder, and both side seams of your torso. And then feel your whole torso and lower body melting into that. Relax the back of your right shoulder blade, down the back of your right elbow, forearm, hand, and fingers. Relax the back of your left shoulder blade, back of your left elbow, forearm, hand, and fingers. And then all the way up your front of your right arm, all the way up the front of your left arm. Feeling your whole torso, arms, fingers, and hands release. And then finally relaxing the front of your throat, the back of your throat, the back of your head, the top of your head, right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, nostrils, tongue, jaw, and lips. And then just feel your whole body melting into the earth. If there are any last bits of tension that you may be holding on to, ease and let them go. Just take a moment to take in this complete and total rest and rejuvenation. Notice how good it feels. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then gently roll to one side, hugging your knees to your chest. Taking a moment to seal in this healing. And then gently make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart.